So the next game I'm going to talk about, which is all the fucking hotness this week, is Apex Legends. So this was leaked over the weekend as a game that was coming out, and it was they were like it's coming out Monday. So they were dropping it on us Monday. And this is a battle royale game made by the makers of Titanfall. And so when I first heard these rumors, I was like, oh, well, I'm already all in on this. I'm at least going to try it, at least going to give it a shot. Because I love Titanfall. Me and Magnum played a ton of Titanfall 1 multiplayer on Xbox back in the day. Like, we played the shit out of it, and I loved it. I didn't play as much Titanfall 2 multiplayer. I love the single player in that game. I played a little bit of multiplayer. I didn't like some of the changes, but I didn't give it enough of a fair shot. But so I was already all in on this, and I was a little bit disappointed that they didn't have the sort of Titans. They didn't have Titans in the game. They weren't going to be in there, so I was like, okay, well, at least I could probably still do all the wall running and grab hooking stuff of the pilots. Well, it's like, no, you're not playing as the pilots either. So it's like, well, okay, so what is this game going to be? And it turns out that it's a little bit like the blackout mode from Call of Duty last year, Black Ops 4, whatever. So it plays a little bit like that, just in terms of like overall gunplay. So it has that Call of Duty feel because the Respawn developers are the people that broke away from Activision back in the day in Call of Duty, and they made their own game, which is Titanfall. So it still has that same feel. But I played some with Brian over the weekend on PC. I played a couple nights for a little while, 2 or 3 hours. I probably have about maybe 5 hours in this game, and it's something else, man. It's an incredible game. I'll say that. Just objectively, it is an incredible game. It is very rich and deep as far as mechanics. It is one of the most incredibly just fulfilling games as far as mechanics and your ability to be able to improvise and do different things based on the character classes. So it has a sort of Overwatch vibe to it where you have different character classes you play as. So you drop in. It's a battle royale game. You drop in. You're always playing on a team of three. So you're always in a team. There's no solo queue. There's no duo queue or more than that, and so you're always dropping in with a squad of three, and so automatically it's a team based game. And what I really like about it is everything in the game just works as far as a team based game. Like when you drop in, with your, like you have a main leader, and he's like, we should drop here, and you can be like, okay, let's drop there, and then but you could also recommend somewhere else where you drop, and so like there can be some democratic decisions made within the group, but then there's what I consider to be one of the greatest mechanics in the game is the ping mechanic. So I don't know how it works on consoles. I haven't played on there yet. I downloaded it on Xbox, but if you hit the middle mouse button on PC, you can do the ping, and then you can build that out even into like a wheel of different choices you can make. So you can say like you can just point to something on the map and say let's go here or let's do this. But there's also a different sort of level to it where you can be like, there's an enemy here. There's this is a weapon here that I found that you might want. And so you could drop things and talk. And so you don't even need to do voice chat in the game. Like, because a lot of people are just going to play with randos and they're not going to want to talk. But they've built out these like mechanics and elements to the game where you don't even really need to communicate with each other through voice chat. You can tell your fellow players all the things that they need to know about the game through this ping system, and it's really fucking brilliant. But beyond that, just all the mechanics of the game, it's your typical battle royale. You're dropping in, you're trying to survive, you have one life, but they have all these different wrinkles to it where there's a revive system. So if your teammate goes down, you can go over and collect their, I forget what it's called. It's like an ID card or some kind of card, and you can go to a respawn station and actually spawn them back in. Now they won't have all the items and weapons that they had, but it's a chance to it's a chance for redemption. And so it's an interesting wrinkle because as people realize that like oh, that's what you're trying to do, that they can watch or respond. It's a gamble, it's a gambit, and so like a lot of things in this game, it's all based on what you can do, like the moves you can pull off. The map itself is pretty cool because it's kind of like Blackout in the same way too, where it's like a remix in a way, not in the way that Blackout was, but it's almost like a remix of like a bunch of different Titanfall type maps and ideas, like just themes and stuff of those maps. But it's really smart the way the map's laid out, the way it funnels people into certain areas. Like you can do this cool slide where you slide down any incline. You can just keep sliding. If you hit crouch and you just slide down, and it's got this like double jump and then like climbing on the thing, like just grab onto certain ledges and pull yourself up. It's not super in depth as far as like parkour stuff, but it just the amount of things that you can do is overwhelming when you first start playing it. Like you start playing it and you're like, you don't even know the possibilities of the stuff you can do. There is a character that can make these portals, these rifts, and you can place two of them anywhere on the map. So right there with that, you have these strategic elements that you could accomplish at any given point. Like I saw someone at one point, because I've even been watching people play this online because it's so interesting to me, like seeing like high level play of this, that I've actually been watching people play, and I never watch people play video games. It's very rare that I do that. But I was watching this guy, and he put this rift out somewhere back in one part of the map, and then he ran out and put a rift by his down player, and ran back, and he went through the rift, and then he created it so his like down player could like crawl through the rift and come back, and he could revive him without being in the line of enemy fire. So there's like grapple. There's these, and so each enemy or each character type has all these different things they could do. Like one of them shoots these little zip lines all across the level, so you can zip up, get on something crazy. And there's like these little ropes with balloons in the middle of the map, and you can run up those and like relaunch up in the map and drop down again. And like I said, when you drop in the beginning, you drop with your team, like you all stay together. I mean, you can split off if you want, but you're like just initially you're made to drop with your team. Like you drop in as a group of three, and there's different things where you can like send off a decoy if you play with a certain character. I'm not totally familiar with all the characters and all their abilities. This is what I've gathered playing it and watching it. But so you can just do all these like little fake outs and all. It's dude, mechanically, it is one of the most insane games I've played in a long fucking time. Like it is crazy, and I love everything about it. I love absolutely everything about this game. But the negative side of it is that I'm fucking terrible at it, and I just get wrecked. Just get fucking wrecked in it, and it sucks because like I would just want to play it. I just everything fundamentally going on in this game is absolute beauty. I mean, this is a game that just came out of nowhere. Someone just, I mean, this is EA didn't have any marketing building up to this, and it's funny because you go back and you see that like Respawn has said since then that like, yeah, we didn't want this like stigma attached to this game about loot boxes and all this bullshit. So that's why they didn't advertise it beforehand. They just try to drop it on us. But you see why, and obviously it's a battle royale game, so it's capturing all the hearts and minds right now. It's the new hotness. Everyone's playing. All the streamers are playing it. Everyone that's cool is playing this game right now. But I don't have a background in this genre. I've not played a ton of battle royale games. I've played PUBG a little bit. I've never played Fortnite. Never interested me. So I don't have that foundation, which is what I think you really need to have if you're playing this game. Like I think this game is made for the people that have been playing these battle royale games. Like this is all the new hotness. Everyone that's playing Fortnite, PUBG, all that stuff. This is made for them. And like I said, I'm like I love everything about it, but I just don't know if I can continue to play it because I get so dominated in it. And to a degree that I've never been dominated this hard in a game in a long time. So just to quit rambling for a second and throw it to you, what do you think about this game? You haven't played it, right?
Fuck no. Bro, I am so counterculture. I would not play these fucking Royale Battle-y games. Fuck that.
No,
Fuck that whole genre, man. I can't. No, I can't handle it because all I picture is a bunch of kids teabagging you, swearing at you, using words that they hear their parents say and shit. No, that's not me. When I say I love RPG games, it's because I don't have to bother with anybody, and I know that the screen's not going to yell at me and try and teabag me and call me all these names and stuff. You know what I mean? I get treated like shit at work. I don't need to do it when I'm consuming entertainment.
well, I mean, you're not treated like shit. You just get fucking owned and wrecked in a way that makes you want to crawl in a hole and die.
Well, that too. I'm depressed enough as it is over certain things. I don't need something else to give me that. You know, you know what I mean?
Like, I guess the main difference here is that, like, yeah, you could play other multiplayer games, and if it's a thing where you can respawn, then at least you can make a comeback or get some kills and feel good about yourself. This is a game where, like, if you fuck up, like, you're dead. But one thing I will say is that, like a good royale game should be, you can quit out of the game and spawn in and start another game like very quickly. So it's not like you're sitting there.
Right.
I mean, if you're playing with people that you want to play with, and there's maybe a chance that they can revive you or respawn you, then maybe you'll stick around. But to the average person, they're probably not going to, unless they feel like they really can, bring it back. So,
But doesn't that screw your team over?
potentially, yeah.
Well,
And that's a
garbage.
potential.
That's garbage.
Well, but that's a potential problem with this game. It's just like, and that's ultimately why I think I won't be able to play it anymore. Is because,
People are impatient.
well, no, it's because unless I have a dedicated crew of 3 or at least 2, and we're committed to learning this game and playing it, and we were actually communicating, because as much as I was talking about the ping system and all that, unless I have like friends that I can communicate with, or that will make it more inherently, I don't know if it will be worthwhile for me to invest time into it, even though I love everything about it. Like, I legitimately love everything about this game. Like I said, mechanically, it is one of the fucking coolest games I've played in years. Like, legitimately, I'm not even like hyping it up.
Then you should play
I'm
it.
just saying.
Then you should play it. Play it for a bit. Find a group of people and just see where it goes. I'm not going to be part of that group, but you go out there, be social, and find some friends.
But that sucks because, like, none of my friends are interested in it. Like, none of my friends want to even try this game, and it's like, I mean, I'm just willing to give anything a chance. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if it's something I know I probably won't like. Like, I'm not. And like I said, if this was any other Battle Royale game other than people that made Titanfall, I wouldn't give a shit about it. But like I said, the first time, so before I even played it, I watched some people playing it online, and as soon as I saw people playing this game, I was like, oh no, though, this is the Battle Royale game for me. Like, when I saw people playing, I saw the mechanics, I saw the way it worked, the way the gunplay was, the way the character movement is through the environment, the different character attributes and skills, and how you could layer all this stuff, and you build a team of 3 where your different skills and stuff complement each other. I was like, this is the shit. This is the shit. But like I said, I just get completely fucking owned in it. And it just makes me not want to play it. But at the same time, it's so compelling as a game that I want to play more of it. So it's a weird, dichotomy. It's a weird back and forth.
Hey, remember when we were alpha as fuck? What happened? What happened to us?
Well, I mean, we just it's hard to be. It's hard to be alpha at everything. Like, we used to be alpha at all the games that mattered because we could, like, play all the games that mattered. But it's hard to be alpha at all the games that matter. That's the problem. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that we're not alpha. We're totally alpha. We're the most important people coming up in the games industry right now, as far as our opinions, as far as our gameplay, as far as our experience. But we can't play everything and be good at it.
60 years.
Yeah, over 60 years experience in this fucking medium. But that doesn't translate to being good at every fucking game, because I don't have 200,000 hours a week to be good at every fucking game. So sometimes I have to bow out, and I have to just say, like, I'm not the best at this. I could be. That's what I was trying to say earlier. It's like, I could be the best at this game. We could be the best at this game if we played it and we dedicated the time to it. But, like, do you want to dedicate your time to this or something else? I got to find friends that also want to dedicate their time. And then we got to coordinate playing our games together. So you know what I'm saying? It's just a thing of like, no, this has nothing to do with my skill level. I'm still fucking alpha. It's just like, man, I got too many other games to play. I got too many other things I want to play with you guys. So we can't all be alpha at everything. We can only be alpha at a few things. You know what I'm saying? I mean, my basic skills only translate to, I mean, the fundamental alphaness of my skills translate to all games. But at a certain point, when I'm like coming against like 20 alphas versus my one alpha, like I'm gonna get killed. I can't take on 20 alphas. You know what I'm saying? Like I can only take on a couple. I can maybe take out like 5, 8 at a time, but then like I'm gonna die because it's like 20 alphas versus my alpha. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's fair. I totally get it. I totally get it.
So that's what I'm dealing with.
I didn't
But
mean
yeah,
to
so no,
attack you there.
I'm sorry. I lashed out
You
and
lashed
you
out
attacked
on
my
me.
alpha, and then but I wanted to reestablish our alpha just so
Okay,
people
it's
knew
okay.
because if people didn't know that we're fucking alpha, and you're gonna find out, and if you don't believe it, you're gonna fuck around and find out, and that's what's gonna happen. But so, what are your thoughts on Apex overall? Even as someone who hasn't played it, like I know you hate Battle Royale, but like, have you seen people play it? Like, what do you have any thoughts on it at
I've
all?
seen a little bit of gameplay and it does look kind of cool. It's just I don't have the capacity to invest the time in something so competitive. That's why I don't like Battle Royale because it's so competitive and there's too many people and yeah, it can be toxic. I don't have the energy for that. You know what I mean? Like I've never been super competitive. I'll play competitive games if I have friends to play with. I won't do it solo, but I don't get off on that like being the best in the room, seeing my name up high on the leaderboard. I don't get off on that sort of stuff. It doesn't really matter to me. It's just a game. It's not a big deal. So
Yeah, well,
if it's a big time investment like this to get good at it, I just don't want to do it. I got other things to do. You know what I mean?
yeah, I mean, it's a young man's game. I'll be honest. I mean, someone that can like really sit around and play this game all the time. They were there from day one. They were playing all week. Because by the time I got to it on the weekend, it's like people were already fucking beast mode at it.
Yeah.
So
Well,
yeah,
that was
but I
something I was going to
will.
ask you because you're saying like you were getting destroyed and you were looking up high level play, and it's like this game just came out. How is there high
Yeah,
level
but
play? But then
well,
you
because like
said it.
this
You
is a
said it.
but this is a battle royale game, and
Yeah.
all the streamers and all the
So
popular
these
people are
transferable
all about it.
skills.
This is like the Call of Duty of our era, bro. Like this is like the next Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? We're like, this is the new Fortnite. This is the new Halo. Everyone's jumping on it that cares about this kind of stuff and wants to play the new hottest first person shooter or battle, as it is now, battle royale game. So everyone was already on this shit, and you never know. Here's the thing: is like you can play PUBG and all these other games like Fortnite, and they have team modes in those games too. But if you're just doing like solo queue, like sure, it's all about you and what you can do. But this game, like you're probably going to have these B squads out here that are like three people running together. They're communicating. Like I said, I don't like I said I don't watch too many people play video games. I've actually spent more time watching people play this game this week than I have watching that I would normally spend watching people play a video game. Just because like I like seeing what's possible with what's capable. And when you see some of these like high end people play this game, and it's really remarkable.
Mm.
And that's another disheartening thing about it is like you're like, oh well, not only do you have to come into it with this like foundation of like I've been playing battle royale games for the last 2 years, but I'm also a good first person shooter player, and I also have a crew of people, and we just like fucking know how to communicate and wreck shit individually. So it's a very complicated, but yeah, no, it's an amazing game. Like I said, like I said, I'm of two minds about it because like I said, I can't play it the way I want to, which means that I'm probably not going to play it that much anymore. Maybe not ever, even though I want to. But like everything about that game, like if this would have been our Twisted Metal Black, dude, this would have been like an incredible experience. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
you just
that's
have to
fair.
think about it in that context of it's just like if this would have been like the Twisted Metal Black of our day, we would have all been all over this, and we would have all been dissecting it and playing with our friends, and it's just a different time. So you can't force that stuff onto you. At a certain point you have to realize that like I can't play this on the level it needs to be played, but I can totally respect it. And that's where I'm at with this, where I'm like, this is an incredible game. And that's the other thing I want to say just real quick is that like this is a really polished, really well-rounded game just starting out, whereas like Fortnite wasn't even a battle royale game when it first launched,
Hmm.
and it only turned into the Fortnite we know today because of the popularity of PUBG. And PUBG was this like ragtag game thrown together from people that had been working off the Arma. They made DayZ, all that kind of stuff. So it was always a weird like sort of janky engine and mechanics and stuff. So this is the first battle royale game, even more so than Blackout with Call of Duty. Even though I didn't play that, I watched some people play it. This is like the most polished like AAA version of a battle royale game that I've seen. So already out of the gate, it's not like one of those things where you're just like, well, maybe this will be good in 3 months. Like, no, like from what I've seen online, like everyone loves this game. Everyone's like, especially the people that are into this, they're already just like, I mean, sure, there's a couple of weapon balance issues, but I mean, everyone seems to be loving it. Everyone seems to be embracing it. So it seems like a really good, smart thing, and as it almost ties into a different conversation you could have about the fact that they just dropped this on us, the fact that they just dropped this game on everyone, and there was no marketing build up and all that to it. Because maybe if it had been marketed and people would have played it beforehand, maybe it wouldn't have the same impact. And who knows a month from now if people are going to be playing this or people give a shit about it. But it's an interesting way to drop a game on everybody, a polished game of this type from this developer from EA and Respawn. So, what do you think about that?
I think we should go on to our topic of the week.
Yeah, I know, you're not investing in that. Like I said, dude, Apex is just a completely incredible game. I could talk about it for a while. There's a bunch of mechanics and things I can talk about. But yeah, let's go ahead from here and move into our topic of the week, which I stated earlier is weird quirks, self-imposed handicaps you put on yourself when playing certain games.